The full episode is now available on Patreon and YouTube memberships. Please see the link in the description for more details.
And we are back to do another rewatch. This time, Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode 2. Right, so...
Carmine is extra drunk. He's, for all the crazy commentary.
Well, we don't have to be drunk. I was actually having this conversation with a buddy of mine, because right now I'm drinking iced water, and he's always getting on my case about, like, you should drink more alcohol. It'll loosen you up a bit more. I'm like, no, I'm a lightweight. No. And this dude is European. He's like, come on, have a couple of drinks.
Yeah, no, you told me you're not a big drinker, and that definitely, I would say it's odd because America's everything in extremes, right? So like in America, people kind of fully understand like, oh, you don't drink, fine, or you have to like freaking pound, right? Europeans are not into the extremes as much, but so like they'd be like, wait, you can't have an occasional beer, like, but at the same time, getting like wasted is also like not as normal as it is in America. Not that people in Europe don't get wasted, because they certainly do. Obviously that we've got our soccer hooligans and such, but like,
of course,
yeah, but the whole like pound college like bro friend thing is not as popular.
Glad has called me a dude bro who doesn't drink. I'm like, yeah. I'm a lightweight pussy. When I get fucked up, I don't even speak English, so there's no point. No one can understand me.
I mean, it's the thing. We all become a different person when we're drunk. They're angry drunks. They're like molesty drunks. They're cryy drunks. They're lovey drunks. Yeah.
What kind of drunk are you?
I think I'm a molesty drunk. Yeah. I don't. I like start like touching everybody. It's bad. Yeah. I don't get drunk. Yeah.
Thank God this is going on Patreon, and no one will ever hear it. But by the way, before we start, couple of things. A friend of mine from Scandinavia was telling me how her episode is the episode on like her end on the HBO Nordic website is a little different, and as such, it was a little like skewered. And the reason is that apparently HBO in other regions of the world removes some scenes. So I didn't know that.
Like certain violent scenes, and I imagine they move certain sex scenes because weirdly the world is like more sensitive to sex scenes than violent scenes, which makes no sense. But I can imagine them moving a lot of sex scenes. But yeah, do you think that certain places they might remove some violence?
I don't really know. I forgot what she told me they removed. It's right here somewhere. But some scenes. Some scenes are like removed. We're watching. I have it downloaded. Preston's on the HBO website, which it should be the same. It's all the same. So,
I just remember taking a plane through Dubai. I think it was on Emirates Air, and trying to watch an episode of How I Met Your Mother, and like the episode was like only 15 minutes, and I'm like, wait, how is it 15 minutes? And it's because they like cut every reference to sex. And it didn't make any sense. The episode made no sense. Because, like, it was that episode where Barney, like, meets his ex-girlfriend, the one that leaves him as he goes into the Peace Corps, and he goes back and he has sex with her again.
Mm-hmm.
And they cut all the references to sex, and, like, the episode makes no sense.
Oh.
It's just ridiculous, yeah.
Well, according to what she said here, it's not the nude scenes, and it's not the violence scees. So, she's missing something, but she doesn't know what, which is... I don't know. But yeah, guys, just keep that in mind. We are skipping the last time on Game of Thrones segment. Preston already went through that just now, which, by the way, while we were going through that, there's something you failed to mention last time. It was about Illyrio.
Illyrio, in the early seasons, they only call the king the king of the Andals and the first men, and they add Rhoynar later on as Game of Thrones goes. But it's funny because in the preview they're just like Viserys, king of the Andals, and I'm like, and that's it. No first men, no Rhoynar, So.
But of course, when the way we're going to do this is Preston's going to count down 3, 2, 1, and we all click play at the same time. The moment we click play, you should hear the HBO. So, Preston, are you ready for this? 1 second,
yes,
let me make sure. Oh,
I'm ready.
1 second, I'm so sorry. Let me just make sure that this will be coming through my... Okay. I'm making sure it's coming through my headphones and not my speakers. Okay. All right, Preston, countdown.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What? HBO Entertainment. Do. There it is. See, now I'm checking every time to see if the sigils match up. So far, they're pretty good.
So far, they're pretty good. Like Michelle Fairley, should be the
they gave her Stark. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. Amelia Clark Dragon. Okay.
Amelia Clark.
Ian Glenn, random.
Not the bear.
Random.
Those are like the lilies.
That was like generic European, thing. I forgot what those are even. Yeah, and the casting gets the same ones. It's like, it's kind of like that spear wheat kind of symbol. I'm not even sure what it is.
I think those are it's the Saints football team. I think they're lilies.
Yeah. Okay, but they're very like just generic of a sigil, in Europe or whatever.
By the way, I actually we got to talk about Wheel of Time. I know we're watching Game of Thrones, this Wheel of Time discussion. I just finished Wheel of Time. That opening theme song, I didn't care for it. There are some shows where I skip the opening theme song, and that's usually like a your opening theme
into the
song
Dothraki Sea. Do. Yeah, so this is why I like completely forgot Pentos as an opening animation for a while, because they just by the second episode you're going Dothraki Sea. Yeah.
But no, Wheel of Time, the opening for it was so bad, I skipped it. And if I have to skip the intro of a show, that's not a good sign.
I mean, it's okay. I think it's not that exciting. Like thematically, like the whole weaving into the Dothraki Sea. This is yeah. So I think it's pretty good. Set having everybody there with all these horses and everything, but they have it all backwards because Daenerys like is all depressed here, and that's the exact opposite of the book. Like goes against like everything. So like the whole thing is she sees the Dothraki Sea and the grass like invigorates her, and she thinks of the House of the Red Door, and because it associates with the House of the Red Door, and she like loves it and she thinks it's so beautiful. And here she's like, my life sucks. My life sucks.
Well, it's more realistic. She was just sold off, kinda.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, they actually mentioned a Shy. I'm surprised. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Did I somehow... There we go. The Dothraki believe that one day... Yeah, this is straight from the book. His whole end world prophecy thing about the ghost grass like taking over. But this is like he's constantly reminding Dany of a Shy because he wants her to run off with him. Mm-hmm. In the book he like mentions it like 3 or 4 times over the course of the Daenerys chapters, because he's secretly like, nah, fuck it. Like, I don't want to... Whatever Illyrio plans, and we don't really know what Illyrio's original plans were with Daenerys and what he told Jorah to do, but Jorah keeps saying, let's go to a Shy. And later Dany asks him about it, actually, in A Clash of Kings before she banishes him. But we never really know what the deal was. Did he just want to run off with her because he's in love with her, or did like Illyrio have some sort of plan for her and a Shy? We just don't know. Oh, there's Jeekwe, her disappearing handmaiden. Poor Jeekwe.
I think Jeekwe dies in a deleted scene in season 2. I think.
Oh, really?
I think. You didn't know that?
No, I know that because we obviously have Eerie die, and we have Dariah die.
Never mind.
This is the added. This is the added scene of Viserys being a slaver, which is actually a pretty big change. Yes, he has to give the buying from a slaver. We had to get this backstory to Jorah, but then they actually like have like, oh, Viserys would be completely fine with slavery.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Slavery's been outlawed for what, almost 300 years at this point? Like, that doesn't make
I mean,
any sense.
it does make sense if, like, this is the reason Illyrio wanted to install Viserys, because he's involved in slavery and he figures it's, like, massive profit.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. This is new. Like, Tyrion never ends up, like, wakes up in a sty. I think they've cut the whole... They didn't add any of, like, the Tyrion in the library kind of stuff, like research, like reading, like taking advantage of Winterfell's library. Instead, they just have him drinking. Good old Joffrey. Joffrey's such a badass in the book, and he's such a wuss in the show.
In the book, doesn't he like get into a little fight with Robb, and he's like, I don't...
Yeah, they're sparring.
Yeah,
they're
but he walks
sparring with
away.
swords,
He
and they're
doesn't-
like
he doesn't
evenly
finish.
matched. They're evenly matched with the sword, and like here he's just like a complete wuss. I'm telling Mother, like, okay, we replaced him like having a duel with Robb, where he's like, let's have live steel, with him getting like slapped by Tyrion.